All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and I hit the go button. I wasn't even sure we were going, and I apologize for the screen behind me, but we're going to be showing a couple things live for the guests here, and you can see there, Facebook keeps opening something automatically, and it's funny. I have a witness here this time, not just me, and so we're going to lock that down. And what I have up behind me are some testimonial images that are on the Solex Facebook page. And Solex has a product called AO Scan, as well as other products that go with that. But that company has been in existence for many years under a different name and has brought technology that was for health professionals only to the everyday person for at-home use. And I'm sharing some of that information now here in my demo night, which is Get Yourself Right Wednesday night. And that's what you hear tuning in. So I do have a couple things up on the computer. I'm going to pull up the chat. So if you drop a message on the chat, I'll see it and I'll try to respond to it while I'm addressing things here. And I don't know what is going on there is with the mouse. Two screens all at the same time. It makes it fun. So let me get the chat up and going. Well, that's fun right there. All right, we're in business. All right, we're definitely in business. Come on in, you guys can talk. Some other guests are arriving, and you can speak. Welcome aboard. Hi. Find a seat, make yourself comfortable. This is Lisa. Scott.
Joanne, sorry.
JJ.
I know you're right.
All right.
JJ. Short for Jackson.
All right. So I'm going to be, because I like to show people at home, I record at the same time, and we're going to be just answering a lot of questions. Talking is okay. There's no such thing as too much noise. All right. Very good. So, the idea first and foremost, we're just going to get started right away, is we're energy. That's the first thing. And I'm going to walk right into it. Okay. So it's this idea that that our body parts are held together, just like atoms and molecules from chemistry class. You have not positive charges and negative charges, and they stick together. And when it comes to emotions, we have energy, we have charges. When it comes to our heartbeat, there's things that can be measured. When it comes to our brain waves, there's things that can be measured. And I have this fun toy that was for Halloween that I found, and I stole this idea from somebody else. Well, it demonstrates how electricity moves in my own body. And I'll show you, and we're all going to play with it for a second, is that when I touch one contact and then my other hand touches another contact, I complete the electronic circuit, and the battery makes the noise happen and the light go out. All right. So here's the fun part. And audience, sorry, you're not going to be able to see this, but you may hear me talk about it. So what I'm going to have Dad do is touch one contact. What's that? The metal contact. All right. Now I'm going to touch the other one. Lisa, touch my hand over here. Now reach across and touch Scott's hand. You touch it?
Oh,
You hear it making the noise? Okay, let's go over here. Dad, turn around. Mister, you get to touch it. And then take that hand, you touch your dad's hand. Your dad's hand will touch my hand. Now, ready? I'm going to touch it. Ready? Take your finger off. Now put it back on. Look at that. Your electricity. Did you know that? That's amazing. How? Exactly. The how is the biggest question. In fact, your brain, which helped ask that question, how is exactly how. Let me state that another way because it's kind of confusing. We have this thing inside our skull we call our brain, and our brain has wires that go down into our body, and that sends and receives messages all the time, just like phones, and just like when mom speaks to you, you can hear it. Just like when you touch Dad on the arm, he can feel it, and vice versa. You can feel when he touches your arm. And so our body is always sending and receiving signals. And that's the basic premise of how electricity and the human body work together. Okay? So just like you rub your feet on the carpet, you can touch the doorknob and shock yourself, or for fun, you touch your wife and rah, and then she's up and going. And it's worse in the wintertime. No, never happens. We've heard analogies of how there's spark between people. We've heard analogies of sports people being on fire, right? There's all these terms for when we're clicking and connected with our own self, or when we're out of balance with our own self. And when we're out of balance with ourself, our body gives us stress, pain, signals, problems. And one of the best effective things that people can do is learn to know themselves, learn to know their own body. And with that, that means information. Now we have our experiences in life that we learn about ourselves, but like if anyone's dug into the health conversation, the blood work conversation, the MRI conversation, whatever, it is complicated. There's a lot going on. And if you look at a complete blood panel, there's hundreds and hundreds of possible factors. And one vitamin is going to change the right thing at the right time for us to make us feel good? Maybe. So there's a bigger game to be understood, a bigger game to be had. And when I started to study biochemistry and the human anatomy and neurology, literally there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of factors going on at the same time right now. If I ate one grape, hundreds and hundreds of chemical reactions and all these processes and procedures are going on in my body, my stomach, my small intestine, my kidneys, my liver, my gallbladder, all these things are doing different things in response to what I ate. And it's happening automatically. When's the last time you thought about what digestive enzyme to use when you ate that steak? It just happened. So, but things get haywire. Things get awry. And that happens for many, many reasons. And we want to help bring our body back into balance. And that's how we feel better, move better, and get better. All right. So how do we do that? Well, there's different ways structurally, chemically, nutritionally, all these different ways. Well, today we're highlighting how our voice communicates with us and how we can use tones and sounds to help us get into balance. And we're going to highlight the best uses of this technology, which uses these frequencies and vibrations to help the body know where it is and to bring it towards greater and greater harmony. And the result of that greater harmony is things work better. Right behind me, and I'll move the camera there for people at home, I pulled up a couple images from the company's Facebook page that highlight a few testimonials. And then we'll actually show you how it works and how I use it every day. All right. And on this one here, well, you can see someone burned their hand real bad. And of course, like a burn, it blisters. And in the story, the woman who's helping this man is running something called Cephi. It's these subtle frequencies. And when the unit was on running, the man had no pain in his hand. But soon, and if you read that story, it says that. And when they turned the unit off, the pain returned. And so this unit was providing informational input for the body to handle inflammation, to handle pain, and whatever else was needed based on what it was detecting, so the body could be at ease. And when the body's at ease, healing occurs. That's why they say don't go swimming after you eat, because your body's busy doing something and it will give you a cramp because all the blood is put into the organs of digestion, not the muscles for activity. So your body will shut you down if you're doing something that is harming its current process. The woman down here, I don't know how long her skin issues were going on for, but you can see in the pictures, very red, very painful in the story, very gross looking. And they were using the technology every day, doing certain scans a couple times a week. And you can see the process of her skin changing over time. This is 2020, January 2020. I missed that date up before. January 2020, you see how her face almost looks like it's peeling off. And then as we go forward into February 21, her skin looks almost 100% clean and pure. there's case studies, meaning parents and other people's testimonials of people calming down anxiety and getting through difficult situations at new schools or whatever it may be. But there's an answer for why things are out of balance, and there's help to help it put into balance. And there's just so many factors that are going on at once. The conscious mind cannot register them all. How we doing? Good?
Mhm.
Good? So far, so good? JJ, are you bored yet? Almost. I know. I'm almost there. All right. So what I have behind us now, we're actually let's get into the technology, okay?
Thought he was.
I know.
It's awesome.
When you see pictures.
So right there behind me, I have this up, okay? Now I have the mobile version, the mobile version is in my hand. The web-based version is up behind me, but I'm going to turn the camera because it's really weird looking. Here's a picture of a computer screen, how wavy it looks. That's what it looks like back there for everybody at home. And I want you guys to hold this. I'm going to change that. So what I'm going to actually do is put our young man in here. Do you want to try that first? Should we do that first? I like that. I'm going to add you first.
Gonna try it?
All right. And all we're going to do is put your name and stuff in here.
You just see the tablets.
All right. It's going to be all the fun part. All right. Let's start right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the experience of the basic menu. It's called the quick scan. All right. Now on here, there's different main programs. One for the voice, one for blood, one for all the bone and physical factors, and then there's the recommendations. All right. So what's beautiful about this? It's literally touches of the finger, and we're into a menu. And in that, I use certain features every day. And every day I look at the type of things I would consider as vitamins. And I'm also addressing the emotions of the day. Because every day we wake up, some days we stub our toe, and some days things are working great. And there's reasons for that. So every morning, what I start with, if I'm not feeling great, is I just hit this button right here, and it says clearing energy. And so what we're all going to do, we're all going to hear this tone in a second, and I want you to gauge yourself, grade yourself, how good you feel or not, or what you notice is different before and after. This is for everybody, because we're all going to feel it. It's going to be loud enough that we get an impact. The other part of it is, right now I have it targeted at me, so I'm gonna feel it the most, but it's gonna affect everybody. And I mistakenly said I'm gonna add you, but I'm like, it's gonna take too long to do that right now for the sake of everybody at home. So we're just gonna hit the button and we're gonna notice how we feel, and then I'm gonna have you talking to it later in a few minutes. Okay. All right. Do you want to hit the button? I'll show you. Come over here. Right here. See that one right here? It looks like two fingers like that. You just press on that. Can you hear it? Yeah, I'll do this over here. So they hear it. Can you hear it? It's loud. So just notice how you feel. It'll take a couple more seconds. That's good. What did you notice? If anything, or nothing?
Okay.
Okay, feel good. Did you feel anything?
And nothing that I perceived then.
Okay. JJ?
The same thing when I just press the button.
Very good answer. All right, let's try this one. Let's see what this one sounds like. Ready? Listen. Tell me what it makes your body feel like doing. Okay. Sit still.
Yeah,
What's that, Mom?
that's what I was thinking, like.
A little moving. Like being bored? That's the best answer. I love, how old are you, bud? 7. You're quick as a whip.
Too cool.
Too quick. So you're right. This one actually makes you get up and dance. It's called supercharge. Makes you get up and want to dance. Now, what happens is when we hear headphones, when we have headphones, it's the most effective. When we're hearing it in a speaker, less effective. When we hear it over this, a little bit less effective. So when people are beginning to learn how to feel it, headphones is the most impact. Now, when it comes to doing something every day where it doesn't matter if you feel it or not, what we're looking for in his case, because we always spoke about it, is simply going to be running what's called the easy scan. And the easy scan is a combination of 3 of the factors in there. And the easy scan, this is what I do all the time. You press a button and you talk into it for 10 seconds. And then it just reads you and optimizes your blood factors, and it reads you and optimizes the physical factors. And this is what people do every day when they're helping themselves come over a health challenge. This is what the woman was doing with the skin issues, with the burn concerns for the other people. This is what everyone's doing. These vitals, comprehensive, and easy scans. And they're simply what they're doing is they're beaming your entire body of all the thousands of possible factors that they have, and are bringing certain things into balance that can be brought into balance, and things that cannot be brought into balance, you're getting information back for recommendations of what to do. And that's a different scan, but again, it's just a couple minutes pressing a button, and he doesn't even have to sit still. He could be running around outside, he could be running around a different room of the house. You can be simply as your daily protocol of helping him be better, and then you're going to measure it over the period of 30 days. You're just going to see his actions, his behaviors over time. Not necessarily wanting to compare it to this, but you're just going to run it and see. And over that period of time, you're going to see changes. And that's, and I'm speaking specifically to you guys because of our previous conversations. But this is how to best use it. And what I was kind of thinking about this for you guys, what would be to create another email account to always dump the results into. And so that way you can start to track and see things when you want to do that.
Okay.
So you would make a special email for him, and we would just send them to him all the time. But essentially, it's as simple as in the morning, you're going to click a button. In this case, let's do the, we can include him or not include him in the activity. If he's not being agreeable, don't include him that day. Just hit a different button, hit the vitals or the body systems or the comprehensive, and it will do the work for you and give you the results back for you. And he's just doing his normal everyday thing anyway.
Yeah, I hear this stuff. That's why we're here. We're learning about it.
Yeah. So I wish. What job is that? What job is that?
This one.
Oh, that job.
Funny.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, I'm going to check the chat. I'm going to chat online real quick. If anyone popped a question. Well. Well, how are you determining that, Mr. JJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind throwing a little stuff your way.
Portfolio's doing just fine, so I guess I'm doing okay.
All right, buddy. So for a closer look yourself, for a greater inspection, click on the links in the description and we'll hook you up. All right. See you next week. Bye-bye.